Ready. Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. We are here again to do a draw challenge where I, John Silk, aka Nostradamus, will take you through every WTA match in Rome. I was nearly going to say Madrid there. I'm sure many of you would have commented on that. Make sure you get in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about my predictions regarding the upcoming tournament in the Italian capital. You can hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new too. So let's start with Pavlyuchenkova against Irani. I expect Pavlyuchenkova to add a victory to her resume after she picked up her first tour win in quite some time in Madrid just recently. And of course, I spoke to her in the Spanish capital. Make sure you check out that video from about 10 days ago, I think it was, a one-on-one interview that she gave with Talking Tennis. Let's go for Svitolina, also adding a win to her CV after a lengthy spell, of course, on the sidelines. Her spell away from the game, though, was not through injury. It was actually through giving birth. So very different circumstances, but let's see how she gets on against Bernarda Pera. We'll come to that match shortly. Let's go for Leylah Fernandez. Of course, she went out in the first round in Madrid in straight sets to the 15-year-old at the time, Andreeva. And of course, that appeared to be a huge shock, straight sets defeat. However, perhaps with time, that defeat aged a little bit better, bearing in mind just how well Andreeva went on to do in Madrid, where she only lost to eventual champion Aryna Sabalenka. And I think she beat Linette in straight sets en route as well. And I think there was another hefty challenge before that too. Anyway, let's go for Alicia Parks to set up a meeting with Samsonova. And let's go with Strikova to meet Sakkari, Vondrousova. Of course, bit of hit and miss this year, probably more hit than miss, I would say. I think she's due another good run. Let's have her to play Andreescu. And let's go for Kalinskaya over a qualifier. Let's go for Wong to end up playing Rybakina. Let's go for Paula Badosa to set up a popcorn clash with Ons Jabeur. And let's go for Claire Liu to set up a clash with Kostyuk. And let's go for Mukova to progress, Camilla Giorgi, home favorite, to progress. And we'll go with Bronzetti, another home favorite as well for the Italians. And we'll go for Chestea to go through. And let's go with Grabalo to upset the Italian trend that I was highlighting before. Two Italian wildcards here. Let's go for Pigato to set up a clash with Kazakhina. Let's see if I can avoid saying set up a clash when I predict that Putin-Seva will play Coco Gauff in the next round. And we will go with Catherine McNally to continue into round two. Let's go for Cocciaretto, home favorite. Let's see how long it is before I say home favorite again. Let's see if I can introduce an Italian without saying home favorite. Yulia Niemeyer, of course, quarterfinalist. I think it was at Wimbledon last year, but she can be pretty decent on the clay too. Another person who did very well at Wimbledon last year, who's also got some pedigree on the clay surface, Tatiana Maria. Let's have her progressing. And Elise Cornet setting up a second round match with Qin Wen Zheng. And we will go for Wong to progress, a qualifier of some sorts to play Jessica Pegula. Let me know what you think about Pegula and her situation right now and her form. You can do so by commenting below this video. Caroline Garcia, by the way, let's see her play Bogdan in the second round. I thought she was pretty grumpy in Madrid. Seemed to be a bit defensive about one or two questions regarding her tactics. I know she's just reacquainted herself with her coach. She also told me that she's not superstitious, but then admitted to having some superstitions at various points. Let's have Grakeva progressing, and we will go with Noskova to knock out Rogers. And I think we'll go for Fruhvirtova because I believe Zhu has withdrawn. So that helped my prediction there. And let's go with Podoroska to beat Sloane Stephens. Didn't Sloane Stephens get to the French Open final in 2018? Could be wrong on that. I'm sure you will remind me in the comment section below. Let's go for a qualifier here. And let's go with Maya Sharif, who had an excellent Australian Open? No, Madrid Open, a tournament where she only lost in straights. No, she took a set off Sabalenka. I think she's one of only two players to take a set off Sabalenka in Madrid. Of course, the other one was Iga Swiatek, so Maya Sharif in good company there. Let's go for Kenin. Of course, she's been in the doldrums for a couple of years, but I've seen plenty of signs of positivity for Sofia this year, and I expect her to add a win to her, let's say, CV in Rome. And let's move on back to the top of the draw, where we're going to see a certain world number one enter. Pavlyuchenkova. Of course, Pavlyuchenkova, French Open finalist in 2021. But I see Iga bringing her run to an end. Let's go with Bernarda Pera knocking out Svitolina. Let's go with Leylah Fernandez. I keep predicting her to win tennis matches, and she keeps letting me down. But let's go with Samsonova to knock out Alicia Parks. Sakkari, of course, who got to the semi-finals in Madrid. She told the media after her quarterfinal win, she's the semi-final girl. Well, she lived up to that reputation because in semi-finals, she went out to Sabalenka in Madrid. Let's go with Vondrousova beating Bianca Andreescu. Of course, Bianca Andreescu has had a recent spell on the sidelines with an ankle injury. She's making her way back, but clay not normally her best surface. Let's go with Elise Mertens to knock out Kalinskaya. Let's go with Rybakina. Rybakina went out early in Madrid, and I would expect Madrid to suit her a little bit better than Rome, where apparently the weather is really dodgy, let's say. Some sort of lots of clouds, a bit rainy as well, so it could be even slower than normal. Ons Jabeur, who's also returning, albeit her absence was quite brief. Great to see that she's able to get in a tournament before Paris, where she will obviously be a threat, and she'll be a threat in Rome. And that is a popcorn clash against Paula Badosa. I know there's been a lot of positivity about Badosa in the last few weeks, and I think in Stuttgart, I understood that positivity. I actually thought in Madrid, she didn't have to play that well to beat Coco Gauff. And she was very sluggish in her opening match, which she overcame her opponent in 3 sets. I know there was a lot of positivity about Badosa, but honestly, she lost quite handsomely to Sakkari. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if you disagree. Let's go with Kostyuk to knock out Claire Liu. And let's go with Trevisan, home favorite. There we go again to beat Mukova. Maybe that's a surprise for some. Let's go with another surprise, though, with Camila Giorgi, home favorite, to beat Alexandrova. Let's go with Krejcikova. Is she a threat at this tournament? Do you have her winning it? Do you have her winning the French Open? Let me know in the comment section below. And by the way, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell, so that way you don't miss out on any of our episodes. Let's go with Ostapenko over Chester, but that's a tricky call. Let's go with Jill Teichmann to knock out Graber. I'm probably saying that wrong, no doubt her name. Let's go Kasatkina, who also showed some signs in Madrid of some of her 2022 form. Coco Gauff, lot being said about Coco at the moment, and where's her format? She seems to be a long, long way away from where she was this time last year, when, of course, she made the French Open final. Let's go with Buskova progressing, and Potapova as well. And let's go with Kudermetova as well, because she got to the semi-finals in Madrid, but she only managed to get 2 games against Iga in that one-sided semi-final. Let's have Pliskova, bit of a Rome specialist, knocking out Tatiana Maria. And Qinwen Zheng, I think it's about time we saw her string a load of some wins together. Let's have Begu progressing to Jessica Pegula. I'm very interested to know what you think about her and her form right now. Disappointing quarterfinal exit in Madrid to Kudermetova. Caroline Garcia as well. Yes, let's have her beating Anna Bogdan. But again, don't know. Madrid was also a disappointment for her because she went out to Maya Sharif, who was one of the biggest talking points in the Spanish capital. Petra Martic, she had a good run in in Madrid before she got knocked out. I think it was by Iga. Magdalena over Noskova. Let's go with Noskova to win that one. Magdalena, post-Australian Open, has had a bit of a Melbourne hangover. Let's have Beatrice Haddad-Maia. Of course, she won the doubles title with Victoria Azarenka, neither of which were available to speak to the press afterwards. Very disappointing from my side, obviously being a member of the media. I asked for a press conference with all of the players or an interview one-on-one and was just told, no, it won't be happening. Pity that, but I do think that there's a broader issue. There does seem to be a breakdown in communications. I even think there's a fear factor involved, particularly when a player loses, that the officials are afraid to ask the players. Pity, because we would love to have more access so we can bring you closer to the action. Let's have Madison Keys, talking of action, progressing. Maya Sharif to repeat some of her Madrid heroics by keeping going, and Sabalenka to knock out Sofia Kenin. Back to the top of the draw, Iga, there she is. Bernarda Pera will be her next victim in Rome, where I don't remember the last time she lost in Rome. It feels like a few years ago. I think she's won 2 in a row there, so she's going for a 3rd title in a row, which will be the first time, I believe, since Conchita Martinez. 30 years ago, perhaps, around that time. Let's go with Samsonova bringing the end of Leylah Fernandez's run, and we'll go with Sakkari emerging over Vondrousova, but that'll be a close one. Rybakina to beat Mertens. I think the draw, not bad for Rybakina here, but like I said, I don't know if the Rome conditions will suit her, particularly if it's muggy, as I think Patrick Mouratoglou was suggesting it would be. Ons Jabeur, though, I think she's a person for all seasons and all surfaces, actually. So let's have her progressing. The All-Italian clash, let's have Trevisan to knock out Camilla Giorgi. And maybe I'll revise that one. Let's go for Giorgi. And we'll go with Krejcikova over Ostapenko, but that just depends on what Ostapenko turns up. But that's a tough 3rd round draw for Barbora. Barbora's desperately trying to climb these rankings, but keeps running into difficult draws. But fingers crossed for her, she makes it through to the 4th round. Let's go for Kasatkina to overcome Jill Teichmann. Let's go with Coco Gauff over Buskova. Kudermetova over Potapova. And we'll go with Qinwen Zheng to upset Pliskova. As I said, the Rome specialist. Let's go with Pegula to keep going. And we'll go with Caroline Garcia to beat Petra Martic. Where are we at with Caroline Garcia right now? Let me know in the comment section below. Beatrice Haddad-Maia to progress. And we'll have... Oh, I didn't even make a prediction for Victoria Azarenka-Podoroska. Let's go with Azarenka to win that one. I'm sure many of you were thinking, hey, where's the Azarenka prediction? Well, had to make it. And let's have her even beating Madison Keys. Why not? And we'll go with Sabalenka beating Maya Sharif. Oh, a replay of their match in Madrid. But now they will play again in Morone as far as I am concerned. So let's move on. We now have Iga against Samsonova. Let's go with Iga to beat Samsonova. Let's go with, by the way, Iga, I don't think she'd lost a match on clay in 2 years until she lost that match to Sabalenka. Correct me if I'm wrong, and you can do so in the comment section below. Sakkari over Rybakina. Let's go with Sakkari. That would be a huge win for Maria, I think, at least in terms of standings. She's, again, Sakkari is someone who's pretty good on the clay. And I think, yeah, let's go with the conditions maybe suiting her slightly more than Rybakina. Let's go with Ons Jabeur over Camilla Giorgi. I don't think Ons Jabeur's spell away from the game has been too much. If it had been, say, 2 or 3 months, you might think she might be a bit rusty, but it's only been a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks has it been since Stuttgart injury semi-final as well. So not that long. Let's go with Barbora Krejcikova to knock out Kasatkina. Again, that's a tricky draw for Barbora. Let's go with Coco Gauff, shall we? She didn't show us a lot in Madrid that suggests a run is coming, but fingers crossed for her, she can bring her sticky spell to an end. Let's go with Qinwen Zheng to knock out Jessica Pegula. Got her going quite far, Qinwen Zheng. Let's go with Beatrice Haddad-Maia to also maybe spring a surprise and knock out Garcia. Sabalenka, though, brings the end of the surprising period, and we will go to the next round. So let's start with Sabalenka Hadad-Maia. We're going to mix things up a bit, start from the bottom and work our way up. Let's go with Sabalenka to win that one. Let's go with Qinwen Zheng. Ooh, she keeps going. And we'll go with, Krejcikova on Jabeur. Let's go with Krejcikova over on Jabeur. And then we'll go with Iga to knock out Maria Sakkari, setting up the semi-finals now. We have Iga against Barboda. And we have Sabalenka against Qinwen Zheng. Ooh, here we go. Iga Swiatek to win against Barboda Krejcikova. I think the last two meetings have both ended in victories for Barboda. One was in Dubai this year, I think, and of course in our Ostrava in the Czech Republic last year. So that's 2 wins in a row, I believe, for Barboda, but I believe Iga will bring that run to an end. And I think that'll give her the lead in their head-to-head to make it 3-2. And we'll go with Sabalenka to bring the end to Qinwen Zheng's run. So we have a repeat of the Madrid final, seeded 1 and 2, world's number 1 and 2, here in Rome. And I see Iga exacting revenge. And I'll tell you why. One reason, one word, conditions. So let me know what you think of my predictions. Let's put me back on the big screen there. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click the notification bell, all those things. Get in the comment section below. You can also become a member of the Talking Tennis community, of course, so you can not only support the channel, but get yourself some exclusive access to footage. There's a few interviews there included from Madrid that are for members only. So you can become a member, and you can also just do so by clicking the join button. Anyway, guys and girls, and everyone, whatever, whoever's tuning in, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.